episode whatever, episode whatever, episode whatever, episode whatever.
Whatever.
Today it's going to be a pretty brief episode. Just want to catch up because we've been working on a few other. Nick, why don't you get start with some video games?
I want to start with Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. It's the storytelling of Goku's Dragon Ball Z story that I've always wanted. It's not Legend of Goku in 3D. It is far better. It's far more content, more side story. There's explanations to things that you might have questioned for the past 20 years.
Is it better than the Beyond fan games?
I don't want to put those two in the same room. They can be in separate rooms, doing their own separate things. We'll judge them differently. Right? We don't. Would you judge your kids?
Yes.
Against each other? Well, anyways, they explain things that you probably wondered for the past 20 years, like why are some animals looking humanoid and talking? Well, they explain that in the game. How did Piccolo know about yada yada? I'm trying to remember what it was, but he was listening.
Gohan's transformation.
Oh, the moon. How did Piccolo know about the moon? He overheard them talking to Goku when Goku brought Gohan to Master Roshi's before Raditz showed up. Yeah, little things like that were kind of like floating plot holes.
It doesn't matter. There'll still be plot holes because in Dragon Ball Z, canon doesn't exist.
So enough said about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Let's move on to upcoming games. I just saw the trailer for Destroy All Humans 2020 remake.
Yeah, I hope they bring back the voice of Invader Zim for the commander.
I really don't care about that. Just watching the trailer, I want it.
It just looks exactly like the old game.
The trailer for the game is so beautiful. Like they really went all out. They made it fun. They made it like as probably more alluring than the game was when it originally came out. Just from watching the trailer, they have I'm probably botching the name of the band. They have Rammstein's Eachville song being sung by Crypto as he's luring humans to his little concert, brainwashing them before zapping them. It's great. It's great. It's great.
And Destroy All Humans was actually one of the earlier free roam games, wasn't it?
Maybe. I don't know. I'd say Spyro was.
Spyro is not free roam.
We're not going to get into this again. We have our own opinions on what is free roam. I have my criteria. His doesn't meet it. What else is coming out? Final Fantasy VII Remake. So, I was really young when Final Fantasy VII came out. I don't know too much.
Were you born when Final Fantasy VII came out?
It was for the PlayStation, so yeah. When did PlayStation come out?
Were you born yet?
After 94.
The original PlayStation came out on December 3rd, 1994, and Final Fantasy VII was released on January 31st, 1997. Get your facts right, nerds.
You were 2 years old.
I was very well mentally developed 2-year-old.
All right. Anyway, Nick. So, what do you remember about when Final Fantasy came out when you were 2 years old?
I don't remember much about it. I remember you playing it, but I don't really remember major or minor details in the story. I know the the major arc.
You gotta do your schooling, Nick. You gotta do your schooling, man, because Final Fantasy VII is my shit. That is my territory right there. We're talking video games. I'm the video game boy, okay?
But, yeah. Watch the trailer. Love the trailer. I thought the new song, the theme song that they gave for it was a good choice.
It's very cinematic.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the route they went with making it more Kingdom Hearts style fighting.
But didn't you say you can
I believe I remember seeing that you can switch to the old turn-based system if you want.
Any other games you wanted to mention?
I saw the title for Digimon Survive and thought it was... I love Digimon, and Digimon Survive sounds pretty fucking awesome, but that appears to be another turn-based game.
Did you check out the one I told you about, Temtem?
I did not.
It's on Steam. It's an MMO that was apparently recently released, and it's very much in the style of Pokemon, but it's an MMO.
Pokemon is the only game that's allowed to be turn-based. It's the only one.
No.
Dragon Quest?
Monster Rancher.
Monster Rancher. Yeah, you know what? If they ever come out with another Monster Rancher, I'd be okay with that being turn-based.
That was a fun series. You should really bring that back.
By the way, Monster Hunter Josh Groban CDs give you a little fairy creature.
Not Monster Rancher. You
Monster
Rancher.
Rancher.
Monster Hunter.
Whatever. You shouldn't make the names so similar.
Yeah, and the first Budokai gives you a little monkey
A little monkey
in a gi named Goku.
with a staff.
Yeah. Anyway, so something else I wanted to mention today was that, and I'm sure many people have seen this, there was a leaked script. I haven't been able to find the script myself, but I've listened to other YouTubers talk about what's supposedly in the script for what would have been episode 9 had Carrie Fisher not passed away. And it's...
Wait,
What?
I feel like I have a debunk for that.
Why?
Because
You
if
couldn't tell me this
Carrie
before the
Fisher,
show?
if Carrie Fisher passed away, which is why they didn't go with that script, does that explain the shots that, like, do the shots that were already filmed with her fit into the script?
No. No, none of the shots... Those shots were from episode 8, Nick.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, hearing this about this, what was in the script, there's no reason, and it's called Duel of the Fates, there's no reason that they couldn't have still done the movie without Carrie Fisher. So some of the things I've heard that was in here, and just overall, it just sounds like even as much as I loved Rise of Skywalker, it does sound like an overall better movie. First of all, there's no Palpatine. It opens with Rey in disguise as a Tusken Raider. And then she pulls out a dual-bladed lightsaber that I think they said was made from like the remnants of Luke's lightsaber. I don't know where they would have gotten the other focusing crystal, because I think, do you need 2 Kyber crystals for a dual blade? Or is it still 1?
You're trying to rationalize
Anyway.
imaginary futuristic technology.
Whatever. That's what I do. And so it was made out of Luke's lightsaber and her staff, and dual-bladed, and she was in all black, just like when we see Luke in... Anyway, when Luke was in all black, I think it's after he got the green lightsaber, right? It was kind of reminiscent of that. Anyway, so in this, they're not trying to find the Wayfinder or whatever to find Palpatine. They're trying to find the place in the universe where life began and the Force first came into existence. Like the epicenter of the universe, basically.
This reminds me of a thought I had.
So that they can harness the power of the Force, like, directly, I guess. So, and the books in Luke's hut, the old Jedi texts, are how they figure out where it is. So they actually come into play.
And I like how Luke's lightsaber's still broken. Well, not still broken, but it being broken
Her using the
Her
pieces.
using the pieces makes sense with it being broken instead of it just coming back, and everybody assuming she somehow fixed it.
And funny enough, even though they said Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia was a bigger part in this, I remember very little about the role that she played in the script. But anyway, instead of her training Rey, it's Luke training Rey.
Force Ghost Luke.
Force Ghost Luke. And he's also haunting Kylo Ren.
Oh my god. Star Wars horror. Oh my god, I want a Star Wars horror.
And then when Kylo Ren, at one point, finds a holocron intended for Darth Vader, and the holocron, like, maims him. And his face is all screwed up. So they melt down Mandalorian armor and use the Beskar to cauterize his wounds. So his face is like part metal, and he gets like a breathing apparatus and becomes like the new Darth Vader. Instead of Palpatine, apparently he finds I forget what they said the guy's name was.
Darth Plagueis.
Well, no. It's left open whether or not he's Darth Plagueis, but I took it to be that he was, because Kylo Ren asks him if he's Darth Plagueis, and he says that name means nothing to me. I take it that to mean he is Darth Plagueis. And not Darth Plagueis teaches Kylo Ren how to drain life from one life form and transfer it into another and whatnot, and then he uses it to drain his life.
Kind of like All for One, except with life and not power.
Yeah, whatever. And then a lot of it sounds like it kind of went a similar way, except at some point you get Chewie piloting an X-wing, I think they said. And at the end, Chewie gets a medal, but he gets his own medal, not Han's old medal.
So he's properly rewarded.
And Princess Leia gives it to them, just like in the original. When Rey's fighting with Kylo Ren, apparently, like, Kylo Ren's, like, at war with himself between the good side and the bad side and whatever, and he's draining the life out of Rey, and then Leia reaches out to Kylo Ren, although he doesn't kill her. She reaches out to Kylo, and I forget what they said she tells him, but ultimately what happens is you watch the Beskar and all, like, evaporate away, so, like, the Kylo Ren part of him is dying, and then Rey says, "Thank you, Ben," and the rest of him dissipates. And he's gone.
I got a little lost in all that.
And then Rey dies too, and you see her in the Force with everybody else, with all the other Force ghosts. And they give her...
Like Harry Potter meeting Voldemort.
Yeah. And they give her an option whether she wants to...
Not Voldemort, Dumbledore.
Whether
I'm sorry, Internet. Dumbledore.
whether she wants to stay there with them and learn, like, knowledge she never could have imagined, or if she wants to return to the land of the living and lead a new generation of Jedi.
Yeah. You only get one life. You'll always end up...
And at the end, apparently she comes in, I forget where they are, but she comes in with a bunch of other people and restarts the Jedi Order. And they reveal in the script that Kylo Ren tells her that she's not nobody. Not that she's not nobody. He tells her, "You're Rey Valaria," or whatever. So she's not a Palpatine. So what do you think?
I want to see that movie.
My feelings initially hearing...
I will start a crowdfund for it. If we get enough likes, comments, and subscribes.
My feeling, when I first heard about it, I was like, damn, I thought I really loved the Rise of Skywalker, but this is a much better movie. So I heard some other news this week, and I don't know if I should mention it in this video or save it for the next video. So Man of Steel 2 is going to start... No, I'm kidding. No, so the Superman...
I can't do anybody but Henry Cavill as Superman. Especially Tyler Hoechlin. I really don't see him as Superman. I don't.
So, in a nutshell, and I haven't researched this quite that much yet. I will. I'll figure out where the source is and if there's any validity to this. But the rumor is that the new show will feature Tyler Hoechlin as Superman and Bitsy Tulak as Lois. As we know from the end of Crisis, he now has 2 sons. Apparently they're twins, and they're 13 now. One's very athletic, one's very nerdy, and they don't have powers yet. And their parents don't know if they'll have powers, and they don't know their dad's Superman. What show does this remind you of? That's currently on the CW. It sounds a little bit like Black Lightning.
I haven't watched Black Lightning.
Black Lightning is about the 2 daughters of Black Lightning. In the beginning, they don't have powers. They come out through the show. They don't know that he's Black Lightning.
Mostly about him.
It's about him, but it's just as much or more about his kids.
Okay.
So I think you're going for a similar vibe, except these kids are much younger. They're 13.
Man, I really was hoping they'd, do something more original. But they're riding off another vibe of another show.
Well, a little bit, but I do like the idea of seeing Superman as a dad. We stay with characters so long through comic books, and the problem is they don't let them age and grow. And I want to see more of the characters' stories throughout their lives. Hell,
Right.
Let characters die and let them stay
Shut the hell up.
stay dead. One of my biggest disappointment in comic books was when they brought Barry Allen back from the grave.
In other news of Back from the Grave, Han is back in Fast 9. You know the guy that...
I haven't
Asian
watched
guy.
Fast and Furious since Tokyo Drift.
I was about to say, the Asian guy that died in Tokyo Drift, that's Han. He's back. He wasn't dead.
Okay, but I still... Have you watched the Fast movies?
I haven't watched Fast Tokyo Drift either.
Guess we have some catching up to do.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a cyborg Idris Elba and Hobbs and Shaw.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, but that series just keeps getting further and further away from what it originally was. Any other news? Ooh, during the Super Bowl, did you see the trailer for...
Baby Nut?
Yes, in other news, there, Mr. Peanut has been reincarnated as Baby Nut.
Yeah. I agree with you, Internet, for mashing up Baby Nut into peanut butter for Baby Yoda. I'm on board.
As we warm him by burning Baby Groot as firewood.
No, don't get rid of Baby Groot. Wait, Baby Groot's no longer a baby. It's teenage Groot now. Probably going to be adult Groot by the next movie.
Did you see the trailer for the Marvel shows from the Super Bowl?
No. We can touch up on that next time after I see them.
Okay. Nick will be watching that in 20 seconds, and next time we'll talk about it.
Nick's going home to play Kingdom Hearts or Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and then I'll watch them within the next week.
Our next video is on Friday.
Within the next 2 days.
Alright, until then, stay nerdy.